Welcome to Discover Inclusion's training for parents and guardians. In this video, we're going to be exploring phonics and how you can support your children at home. We are excited to bring you this video in partnership with Phonics for SEN. For most of our history, people didn't use written language, but people began to see a need for sharing messages, stories, and information when they couldn't talk to someone directly. So writing was invented as a way of fixing or recording information. First, people used pictures to represent what they wanted to say, but it wasn't precise enough as pictures are open to interpretation. This is when they noticed how words are made up of sounds that are pushed together when we say them. We hardly notice the sounds that make up words, but if we listen carefully, we can identify them. The technical name for a sound in a spoken word is a phoneme. There are only 44 phonemes in the English language, and on average we know around 20,000 words. Each of the phonemes or sounds is represented by a letter or group of letters. Thinking about the word cat, the spoken word is made up of three sounds or phonemes: k, a, t. We represent each of the sounds with a single letter. The technical name for a letter or group of letters that represent a sound is grapheme. So the technical word for a sound in a spoken word is phoneme, and the technical word for a letter or group of letters that represent a sound in a written word is a grapheme. Some programs use these words with their students, but the simplest way to refer to them is sound instead of phoneme and sound spelling instead of grapheme. This is to make it easier for the students to understand. English is known to have one of the most complicated written languages. This is because not all graphemes or sound spellings are made up of just one letter. Let's start with man. The word man has three sounds: a, n, so it needs three graphemes and it has three letters. In the word boat, there are three sounds: b, o, t, so we can expect to find three graphemes. But there are four letters in this word because the middle grapheme is made up of two letters. You can hear three sounds in the word light: l, I, t, and so we need three graphemes. But there are five letters because the middle grapheme is made up of three letters. Finally, the word wait has three sounds: u, a, t, and three graphemes, but six letters. Another aspect that makes English complicated is that some sounds are represented by more than one grapheme. The words boat, go, grow, nose, and toe all contain the sound O, but you can see the highlighted grapheme or sound spelling that represents it is different in each word. Writing is like a code that children need to crack to read and spell. Children can't crack the code themselves, they need to be taught it. To read, children decode the word, looking at each grapheme and matching a sound. As they work through the word from left to right, they push the sounds together and say what word they hear forming. This is called blending. To spell, the children encode the word. They think about the word they want to spell and work out the phonemes one by one. This is called segmenting. For each phoneme, they match and write a grapheme and so spell the word. Phonics is all about knowing the sounds or phonemes and their sound spellings or graphemes, being able to blend for reading and segment for spelling. Noticing and talking about sounds and letters can help your child with their reading and spelling. To help your child with reading, encourage them to look at the word, point to the word and track across with their finger, spot sound spellings, match a sound to each, blend the sounds together as they work through the word, listen for the word forming, and say what the word is. This is what reading looks like and sounds like in the early stages of learning to read. With practice, it becomes automatic and much quicker. Let's look at some examples. Mum. dad, dad. Frog, frog. Snail, snail. Night, night. To help with your child with spelling, encourage them to think about the word, segment the word into sounds, say all the sounds in the word one by one, write a sound spelling for each sound, and look back and check the word. Let's look at some examples of spelling. Imagine a child wants to spell the word bug. There are 3 sounds, b, a, g. So we need to write 3 graphemes or sound spellings. Now imagine they want to spell the word fish. There are 3 sounds, f, I, sh. So we need to write 3 graphemes or sound spellings. And finally, the word learns. There are 4 sounds, l, n, z. So we need to write 4 graphemes or sound spellings. You can help your child at home by talking about the phonics, talk about the sounds and sound spellings in words, help them to blend sounds when reading or segment words when spelling. For more information about Phonics for SEN, head over to their website www.phonicsforpupilswithspecialeducationalneeds.com. Thanks for watching.